Fucking done me back in, mate. Fucking, my back's fucking killing me, hey. It's been killing me for days, man. Fuck. I've been lying here just on my side. Thought I would share my pain. Anyway, I'm going to try and walk around a bit. Try and loosen up my back. I think I pulled it or whatever. So I thought I'd come online and annoy you. Fuck. Damn it. Oh, okay. Walk around a bit, man. Just fucking walk. Just take my time, I think. And just loosen my back up, maybe. When my friend says, my daughter says that'll loosen up your back. I've just been, like, lying. Yeah, far out, dude. Fuck. I'll wear some good shoes. Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. Sorry, man. Sorry, okay? I think I pulled it when I was bringing the groceries home. I'm not young anymore, and my brain overrides my body's capabilities. You know what I mean? I can do it, you know, stop every 10 feet or something and rest. Swap hands. And yeah, I either do my shoulder in or I do my back in. It's a long walk, man. It's not around the corner. You know, it's a fucking hike. And by the time I got home, man, good God. Whew, I couldn't even walk. And the next day I couldn't get out of bed. I was totally rooted, man. I don't know if you've ever had a back go out on you, but it's right down the bottom on the left. I can rub the sore spot. I can rub it. It seems to be okay if I just lay in the one spot on the side. Can't feel a thing. At night time, I put a sock in it. You put a sock in the gap, you know, put a sock right where it's sore. You know, just a small sock, you know, rolled up, and it puts that bit of pressure in the back. And I was able to crash out, man. But otherwise, I couldn't crash out. It didn't matter what side I slept on. I'm getting old, brothers and sisters, getting old, okay? You know I talk a lot of stuff and stuff, man, but I'm just fucking human, you know? I mean, just a normal guy, man, fuck. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, I'm just a normal bloke, man. You know? And don't let your past define your future, you know what I mean? Don't let it, you know? Your past is your past or whatever, bro. It's not your future. It's not you know? And I hate bringing up my lessons. I'd like to just... Just let me rub this for a minute, man. Just let me rub this for a minute. It feels so good. It feels good. Just that one spot, man. I can feel a little lump there. I can feel a little lump, you know? I don't know what I've done. I've pulled something, dude. I've pulled something. You know, and what I want to talk about ain't worth yelling about or anything, mate. My channel's been in trouble since I did the Australia Day live. You know, they've turned things that were green back into yellow, and, you know, everything's yellow. I hate yellow. Yellow's no good. But then I go and look on the other channels, mate, and there's no ads. I don't have a special app or anything to block ads. And I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in quite a while. Okay? And honestly, between me and you, I actually watch them for the channel. like whatever channel it is, because that's the only way that they actually get something out of their work. And I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any ads, especially on the Asian guys' videos. You know, Asian guy Silver. Mate, have you seen an ad on his stuff? Unless his channel's unmonetized? I mean, it just doesn't seem. And all the other channels, the Tartarian channel that I watch, there's no ads. The detective ones that I watch, there's no ads. So I don't know what's going on. Like I'm a little bit freaked out that, you know, because normally you're swamped with ads, man. You're swamped. You really are. Anyway, let me put this thing down, man. Let me put it down, man, so I'm a bit more comfy. Dobby isn't anything, mate. Dobby doesn't, you know, whatever floats your boat. But yeah. Oh man, my fucking back. Let me see if it's better if I lean back. Let me see if it's better if I lean back. Oh, I've hurt my back. Okay, I've hurt my back, and my back hurts. So, um, I hope you're well. I hope you're well, man. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, brother. I don't. It's become very popular. It's become very popular. Fucking every third person is fucking copping it in the cheeks, mate. Fucking hell. They're either in the closet, out of the closet, or they want to be part of the closet. Um, so I don't say nothing no more. You can't tell, man. You can't tell. Like me and the old bloke, right? We're talking, right? We're talking, right? He's a war veteran, okay? And a neighbour comes over, a male neighbour comes over. We don't know him, and he's moved into the area or something like that. And he's come over straight away. The old man, within 10 minutes, he's like, he's one of them. I've gone, what? He's one of them. I said, he said, yeah, I know him. You know, I said, really? Is you serious? He's get, yep, yep. I gaydar is not existent. It's just fucking, I don't know. It's just fucking, I don't see it. Whatever the fuck. I'm like, no way, rah rah. Yep, 100%. So I don't know. Unless they tell me, I don't actually know. You know, unless they're completely outward, which I had gay friends, and they were hilarious. They were hilarious. They were some of the funniest friends that I had, and I call them friends. You know, like where I lived and that they come around for dinner and everything, man. They were very nice people, man, and sharp dressed. Like they were fucking sharp, man. Hair always immaculate, slicked back, always nice dressing. Always, you go over to their house, man. Far out, dude. I am talking immaculate. I am talking just fucking looking around the pictures, the walls. Who designed this place? Oh, I did. Oh, I designed it and we built it and like this place is fucking architecture genius. Like it was magnificent. The fucking house was magnificent. Um, no man, as long as they stay in there, well, you know, I'm not interested, rah rah. Then I'm happy to be associated, rah rah. But I get out of there. I had a girlfriend. I was with my girlfriend at the time. They were her friends. All good, man. I don't care. Whatever rocks your boat, mate. Whatever makes you happy. And I've also got family members that are part of the community. So me saying anything would be saying something against my own family. So whatever makes them happy. Yeah, whatever makes them happy. I don't think about it anymore. I'm not. I don't think about it, bro. Uh, you don't know what I've had, Gary, and what I haven't had, mate. You don't know shit about me, man. So, and also, man, you're in the wrong chat. You better be aware in here, fucks. This is my fucking chat. So you don't show courtesy and respect the same as I don't show you. Yeah, I'll come for you. This is not TikTok. It's not TikTok. Okay? So you want to start calling me shit, dude? Wrong place. On TikTok you can. And then as soon as I respond to you, you can be a little bitch and write a report. Because that's what you'll do. Here, you have nothing. No power. Jimmy Thunder. Yeah, they will. I'm getting too old for it. Plus, I've learnt from TikTok. I've learnt from the other streamers on TikTok. They don't put up with nothing, Jimmy. They don't put up with anything, man. They will block so many people. It's a joke. And I've learnt from them. Just block them. It's not the same as YouTube. You're hoping that you can turn them around a bit, mate. You know, let them see the bit of light of day. But they come in as trolls, man. They always come in as trolls, Jimmy, don't they? You might know something about that, Jimmy. Eh? Fuck. You might have experience in that. It's cost you a few fucking names, man. It's cost you. That's like Jimmy fucking Thunder fucking go through the alphabet and you're at number M. You're at Jimmy Thunder M. Started off at A. Fuck. Oh, fuck, is it true though, man? Yeah, I was watching the Yankee football, man. I don't mind it, man. I don't watch it a lot, but I don't mind it, man. But I can't see the ball. Like the screen, you can't see anything. You're like, I got to watch the players to follow the game. I can't see the ball. Once the ball's flying in the air or whatever, they've kicked it. I don't know where they've kicked it. I've got to watch where the players run and stuff like that to keep up with the game. Fuck. I watched it a bit. Sunday football, man. It's on right now. Sunday football. Oh, dude, I got to get up. I got to walk, and I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk, man. Okay. My daughter says that's the best thing I can do is get up and walk. So I'll try and just do it slowly, man, and see if it loosens up my back a bit. I've got my special socks on. I've got my hiking fucking shoes on. Hopefully they're not too heavy. And I'll try. Try. I've got to do something to loosen my back up. I hate this, man. I really do. Tomorrow I got to go agency. I've got to go and talk to that lady, man. I don't really want to do that either. Oh my gosh. Let me get this quick. Right there, man. Just right there. Gosh, I wish I knew someone nice. You know, it's the kind of thing when you need a girl, mate. You know, you need a lady in your life. You know. Oh my gosh, father boys. Let me lean over here. Let me lean. Let me just lean this way a little bit. Let me just lean here. See if this works. Oh yeah. It's a peaceful life though, boys. You hear that? You hear that, Jimmy? Fucking nothing but the waves, man. Nothing but the waves, dude. It's nice, man. There's so many things to talk about, man. My country's fucked. Australia is fucked. I thought it was bad, but I didn't realise how bad it was, or how bad it is. I really didn't. We all get taken for fools, mate, all of us. Even when you don't vote for them, you're still taken for a fool. You know, what we have here, man, is a full-on, CCP, communist, traitorous, corrupt, treasonous government. You know, we really do. They don't work for us. And, you know, all these years I've been complaining and telling you about it. And I think this week will prove it to you, because what you want and what you're protesting about and complaining about doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I've been telling you that for years. And this is proof. You know, it takes 3,000 cops, mate. 3,000 cops, fully gated, steeled all the way through, you know, fully, you know, armed presence, searching everything, making sure that he is safe. Making sure that he's safe. And that, I think his words were, feel at home. Come on, boys. It takes all of that for him to feel at home, to feel protected. Because that's what the same that he left, the same laws exist there. Okay? 3,000 cops to protect him, so that he doesn't see a protester. He doesn't see a sign, you know, or he doesn't see any of that. He doesn't want to see any signs that might upset him. You know, he might find that offensive, and that's anti this and anti that. Okay? And I mean, what was it, 2 weeks ago? They just passed their new law in. Think about it, man. It's fucking horrid, dude. They got their law passed in 2 weeks ago. Everything is anti-Semitic, and you're not allowed to protest anything, and anything you say on the internet and picture you share, and, you know, the cops will come knocking, mate, and you'll get 5 years jail. You know, they get all of that shit passed. 147 pages. And they get it passed, and then they get it legislated. And then 2 weeks later, he comes for his visit. It is just disgusting. It is feral and disgusting. And that same government, mate, you know, they bulldozed our soldiers. They bulldozed the soldiers' graves, man. Over in Jerusalem, I think it is. Jerusalem, the big cemetery there that the Palestinians have been looking after for the last maintaining that cemetery, you know, showing it respect and courtesy, mate, and maintaining the graves and keeping everything clean, and they came in and bulldozed it. Bulldozed it. That's what Israel did. They bulldozed our soldiers, mate, our Anzacs, because they fought for the Palestinians. They fought for freedom, for Palestine. So they bulldozed them over. So, and here we are, hosting them. It's, I don't know what to tell you. It is disgusting. And he needs all of this protection, because he's just so special. You know, they are so special. The chosen ones. You know, the chosen one is here. You know, the chosen one is here. Everybody, you know, needs protection. You know what's really disgusting, viewer? I think it's over the last 6 months, you know, ever since that thing with Bondi, till now, and they had the bill passed. Inside the bill is $212 million of funding for them, for protection. You know, they need to be protected wherever they are, wherever they go. So all of their schools, all of their things, you know, they all get armed guards. You know, I don't see any homeless being helped. I don't see the soldiers being helped. I don't see the Anzacs or anything like that being helped. You know, there's bushfire people, those people that died in the bushfires and all of their houses got burnt down. None of them are helped. None of them get any funding, you know. One of the Israel ministers came out and said that, you know, Australia has to cut down on slogans and signs and symbols, you know, that they find anti-Semitic. Okay? You know, he's complained. 2 days later, Australia passed a law, you know, banning certain symbols and signs and, you know. So 2 days. It took them 2 days to pass a law in order to please them. But the bushfire people, yeah, they're still living in tents. You know, they've lost everything. Their funding, $700. They got $700 per person. That was to recover everything, all their house and everything. So they never got any help.
And no wonder why. I mean, they send in 6 months since then, we've given those people $262 million of funding from the taxpayer. Have a think about it. $260 million since Bondi. That's how much we've given Israel. And that's not including anything before that. They got heaps of funding before that. Heaps and heaps of heaps, you know. So, there's no Australia. There's no Australia, and I would like to do a stream where I don't swear, I'm calm, and I don't say anything that can get my stream banned. I just wanted like to try one, if that's okay. See if I can get some kind of ads on it, but still be able to talk. Um, okay, my back is a little bit better, I've got to admit. Okay, I'm walking around with my shoes on, my back does feel a little bit better. So that night when I was talking to her, and then was speaking to Bert, and he said, no, you need to stop laying down and get up and walk around. So, get up and try and walk around. Take your time, and your back should loosen up. It should loosen up a bit. So let's fingers crossed. Okay. I've been pretty good the last few days. I've been fasting, just one meal a week. Oh, sorry, 1 meal a day, 1 meal a week. 1 meal a day, just fasting. Trying to burn off some of that fat. Haven't eaten any chocolate, no chocolate. I've only drank a little bit of lemonade. No, anything else, just juice. And we bought the coffee milk 2 litres, mate, which I'm not doing those small ones anymore. Like, they're costing me heaps, and yeah, I'm just better off to find a 2 litre one and buy a 2 litre rather than the coffee milks, like 500 ml or whatever. Because they're adding up, man. They're adding up. They add up. Okay, what was I going to do? Okay, I got my things. I don't want any cigarettes. I haven't had any cigarettes, no cigarettes, which is good. Well, that's done deliberately. Test account. That's done that's done deliberately. Sorry, man. I'm just catching up on things. We're all cool. The other guy, what was his name? Gary. All good, man. Okay. I show you courtesy, same as my chat. You know what I mean? And you show me, and you're allowed to bring up subjects. You're allowed to, you know what I mean? You want my opinion on shit, rah rah. Yeah. It's not the same as other things. Yes, Test. That is deliberately, man. They're over there scouting out the land. They want the land, and they're going to burn the fucking shit to the ground and buy it for pennies on the dollar. And they've already made an arrangement with the government over there. Whoever the guy in charge, he's best friends with some fucking minister, and they're all going over there, mate. Sorry, let me do my pants up. And they're all going over there, mate. Have you seen the videos on Tiki, mate, where they've found him in the middle of the forest? There's like 6 of them, and they're sitting in the middle of the forest, another one. And the guy's like, what are you doing out here? Oh, nothing, we're just looking around. They found another group on top of the mountain, on top of the fucking mountain, man. And the guy's like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, we're just looking around, taking pictures. And they actually work for them, because they all work for the IDF. They all do, man. They all work for the IDF. Okay, so they're out there scouting it around, man, and they'll buy property for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar, mate. The whole thing's a big rort, bro. As soon as you kiss the wall, that's the problem, man. This is proven to you without a shadow of a doubt what's happening with this Herzog, that they don't work for us. They don't care about you. I've been telling you that for years. Yeah. And this proves it to you, Merritt. 100% proves it to you. It proves it to me. And that's why you're voting and all of that shit. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Both sides of them kiss the wall, mate. Both sides. You know what'll disgust you, man? If you go into the past of our own politicians and look up dual citizenships of our politicians and sit back and be amazed. Because, yeah, a lot of these people, the people you vote for, have dual citizenship with Ishmael, okay? I have to be careful because I'm the streamer and everything I say gets my stream taken down or it gets it unmonetized, like yellow. But I haven't seen any ads on any videos, to be honest. So I don't know how people are going out there with their channels, but I don't think it's just me. I don't think it's just me. Because the royalties from stream, whatever you want to call it, are non-existent, mate. They really are. And even the Asian guy, you look at those videos and they're not monetized. They're not monetized either. I live across the road from the beach. I wouldn't mind walking across there. It's more quieter, to be honest. And that's Patagonia is where they'll end up, man. Good afternoon, Jason. I hope you're well, man. Hello, Mary. Is it Mary, Marley, something like that? I can't see with my eyes, I'm afraid. One minute. Dangerous road, mate. Dangerous road. I'm so glad, guys, because my back actually does feel better. It actually does feel better. So I'm glad that I listened to... oh, that does feel a lot better. I'm glad I listened to people, mate. We'll go down for a walk, man. I haven't bought any smokes all week. We'll get a packet of smokes and just go for a walk a little bit and loosen my back up. I haven't been for a walk in all week, like anywhere. Yeah, it's not good for me. I've got to have a walk. I've got no idea, but I know they set off a lot of fires. I don't know about fighting fires, mate. I really, really don't. Unless it's their own thing, that you know. But I don't see them volunteering for a whole lot of stuff like that. No, I'm afraid you're wrong there. You know, show me a link, mate. Show me a link, okay? You know, I've got plenty of links where they're just sitting there like they're surveying it. Like they're surveying it, mate. What would be good land to settle on? And then they go in, they wipe out that part of the land, and then the government makes a thing with them, sells it on the pennies on the dollar, and everyone's happy. And yet that's why you've got such an increase over there. Anyway, you know, that's got nothing to do with what's going on in Australia right now, has it? Absolutely nothing. You know, we've got our own problems, mate. You know, right now we have an absolute war criminal that has a thing for his warrant for his arrest. You know, we've got a guy that signs bombs, mate, before they're dropped, puts his name on the actual thing itself, signs his signature on it, send it in the plane. That's who we got visiting, man. We've got a guy visiting that, you know, gets $260 million in funding in the last 6 months just for security. That's what he needs, mate. He needs that much money to feel safe, yeah? Because he's so righteous. You understand what I'm saying? You know? Because he's so righteous, mate. Everything he does, he's so righteous. And yet, right now, to this day, every single day, how many die over there right now? Right now, today. How many died yesterday? How many died the day before? You know, and it's a ceasefire, rah, rah. But still, every day, 50, 80, 100. We're back to where we were a couple of years ago, just knocking them off slowly. You know, they get 500 for the week, 600 for the week. You know, they're still knocking them off, aren't they? Yeah? You know, all the deny this, deny that, deny medical, deny everything, you know? You know, I don't know if whether you know this or not, but, you know, people are underneath the rubble. There's at least maybe 150,000 under the rubble that they don't know about. And their estimates for things is way off. We both know that. You know, we both know the real tally's over 100,000, that the real tally. It's nowhere near what they've admitted to, which they actually admitted today, or yesterday or something like that. Anyway, guys, there was a hospital, because all the hospitals, of course, are all strongholds and they had to be destroyed. Every single hospital. So they thought that they would, dig out the hospital. Dig it out, right? Like, see if there's anybody there, yeah? And they got to the basement and they found the doctors and nurses were naked, hog-tied, and beamed through the top of their thing. Every single one of them were hog-tied naked. And who knows what kind of things happened before they actually got pepinged. So no, mate, there's no... These people have that, and these people who wrote the bill, anti-this bill, hate bill speech and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, they wrote that. They wrote that, there's just no doubt about it, man. It's already proven, the whole thing's... We're not Australia. That's my point to you. We're not Australia. Our soldiers, they died for nothing. What we take as thing doesn't exist. Any rights that we have or anything you think you have does not exist. It doesn't exist. And if it goes against anything that they've already got in thing, you're going to do 5 years jail. They'll come and knock on your door. They'll come and do everything they can against you and your family. It's really disgusting, man. Like, my country doesn't exist anymore. It's the same as fucking America. It's like a shell of what it was. America have just okayed $3.4 billion of extra funding for Ishmael, for defence. So they have full intentions of absolutely decimating the entire region, and they still will not be safe. They'll still say that they're not feeling safe. Someone can reach us from halfway across the world, so we've got to go to North Korea and South Korea, and that's their perpetual machine, mate, is war and death. There is no peace. Doesn't exist. Peace, yes, but they're still doing everything behind the doors that they possibly can to annihilate you. Yeah? And I'm disgusted, man. I really am, and I'm really hoping that there's a lot of people that have woken up to this whole thing now, or there was before people were woken up, But all you got to do is go into the comment section of any one of these visiting videos and read them for yourself. There's not too many there that are all Ishmael, okay? Because there's no defence for these people. Even in Australia, they want to come up to you and defend that. They want to come up and defend it. Their right to, their right to exist, and their right to defend themselves. Like the same old shtick, mate, the same old fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Defend yourself against sticks and stones and signs and slogans and messages, the internet. That's it. That's all they've got, sticks and stones and everything else. And meanwhile, you flatten buildings and you kill thousands, institute laws that are straight out of Germany, mate. Straight out of Germany, bro. Straight out of the same on another. It's quite sad. And we've got the guy here. Good God, mate. Jesus crikey, what's wrong with this place, bro? The guy should be arrested at the airport, mate. Arrested at the airport. Everybody on the plane investigated, and charges and laid and whatever, and shipped off to that place that's already got an arrest warrant for him. That's what should be happening. But it won't though, man. They get praised. An extra 212 million in funding to protect themselves and protect, I don't know how much that is per person. I would really like to know that because it's a real small minority. So you could divide the money per person, like that person gets $35,000 of security for the next 6 months. Full on armed guard, mate, everywhere they go. Everywhere they go, mate, full on armed guard. And you've got to have, full on armed guards around the house where they stay too, because they are, the chosen ones, man. They need protection. We need funding. We need funding, okay? It's not enough, all right? Fucking hell, bro. $12 million. Just the hate speech bill. That was their funding. And then $50 million went to Afghanistan for the Taliban. $50 million. I don't know what to tell you about my government, man. Fucking good luck voting for them. I'm disgusted in the whole thing. I am truly, truly disgusted. And I have no words for you, other than they are traitors. They're traitors to the Australian people. They're traitors to the Constitution. They are absolute traitors. And they're traitors to the soldiers that died. All the soldiers that died, mate, died for nothing. All of our speech, laws that they got for us at the time and everything like that, all means nothing now. All means nothing, mate. Everything was for zilch. You take care, sir. I see you around a lot. You can say hello. That same homeless man. I don't know why, but I'm walking on the path. I'll show you. And the guy gets off the path, walks over there with his back to me. I don't want him to feel that way, man. And I've seen the guy around a lot. He's carrying fish and chips and a couple of cans of drink. So obviously he's on his way to somewhere. But don't ever, make a person feel like they're less or whatever, bro. Yeah, you're allowed to say hello, man, you know what I mean? I won't put him on film or nothing, man. I wouldn't embarrass the guy, even though we're in public, man. But I still wouldn't do that. Fuck, man, it's like no one will talk to me. It's like no one will talk to me, bro. Fuck. It's like, God dang it. Ah, jeez, I'm not that bad. Yeah, I'm as dumb as a rock, fucker. You're in the wrong fucking room, dog features. You fucking rat. You're in the wrong room, cunt. First, brother, I look at your little thing. Because see, the thing is, I've got to stand there and I've got to read your bullshit. So if I have to read your bullshit twice, the third time you're not going to exist. And I'll warn you now, viewers. I'll warn you. I will fucking warn you. If I ban you from my chat, I own your fucking name. In case you don't know that. If I put you in my jail, you cannot use the name that you're using now, because it'll be in my jail, and you will have to come up with a new name. So I'm telling you, you will never be able to use that name again. So make sure it's a dummy name before you start leaving shit comments. And anyway, man, enjoy the thing, man. Super Chat's open, okay? Super Chat's open. I'm going to start promoting it more. At least if I get to $100 within a month, then at least I get some kind of funding out of that. So Super Chat is open. My membership is open, $4.90 a month. If you can afford it, please do. You'll get all the other streams and stuff like that. There's a couple I had to delete. Sorry about that. But they were coming down on me. They were coming down on me. I don't want to get any strikes on my channel. I already had to deal with that before. I had to deal with that. And we've all got our community guidelines to follow. So I've got to be careful what I say. And everything is for entertainment only. Nothing I say is real. It's all entertainment only. Full disclaimer on the stream. Everything I say is bullshit. Okay, everything I say is lies. And is not to be taken seriously. Okay? That basically covers me. I can't get into any trouble. That's all it's about. No. I don't do any of that crap, mate. You want to chuck me $5, not a problem. But otherwise, no. Can you believe the amount of security that went into securing this guy? I mean, honestly, 3,000 cops, mate. 3,000 cops surrounding him. Surrounding the perimeter, watching what everyone does, making sure you're not carrying the bad sign with a message on it, making sure you haven't got an Australian flag carrying an Australian flag. You're not allowed to carry a flag. Okay? The same thing with the other flag, the other flag that they carry. Not allowed to carry that one either, bro. Okay? So signs, everything. Imagine that, mate. 3,000 cops to protect him. Look at these little fellas. Look at these little fellas, blokes. Isn't he delightful? Have a look at him. Hey, bloody awful, mate. Look at the little fellas, mate. I'm just, yeah, I'm gutted, mate. I'm gutted, bro. I really am. I'm gutted. I'm glad I went for a walk, man. My back is a lot better. My back is a lot better. That's alright, man. I'm not that far away. None of your shit scares me, man. None of your thing. It's not TikTok, bro. None of your shit scares me. And even on TikTok, it doesn't scare me. You'd have to be a total mug, mate. You'd have to be a total mug to come and meet someone on from the internet. Like an absolute schmuck. That's what you'd have to be. Nice ice cream shop, but it's not ice cream, it's gelato. So don't ever walk in there thinking you're buying an ice cream. There's a big difference between gelato and ice cream.
Claro.
Bless you, man, bless you. Bollocks, mate, bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? This is my local little area, mate. Guy's still sitting on the bench, brother. Still drinking his beers. So he can't be doing too bad, mate. You know, he's got his six-pack every day or whatever. And sits there getting pissed on the thing, man. So I don't know where they sleep overnight. I haven't worked that part out. But I am really surprised, because that's been there for 12 months now, 2 years, something like that, since I've lived here. And it hasn't changed. So, not good, brother. They must get used to the lifestyle, bro, okay? They don't want to change, yeah? They're used to it, yeah? And plus they get to spend all their dole money on their addictions. So, because I'll admit that, you know, a good 85% of your dole money goes to rent. You know, if you pay rent, then, you know, majority of your money goes to rent, brother. Da, 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 da. I hope you're well, Dave. I hope you're happy, healthy and well, man. I wanted just to go for a walk today, get some fresh air. It's a pretty horrible week for Australia. A pretty horrible week for all of us. You know, I'm truly disgusted, man. I've never had such blatant in my face, you know, we don't work for you. You're like, you know, we don't represent you, the government and all that, you know? It's never been this much in your face. You know, like, they just do not work for you. They don't work for me. They work for the lobby and they work for Ishmael. They don't work for us. They don't represent us, you know? I mean, all those people that need help here in Australia, all the homeless, all the people that need help here. And, you know, all these millions and millions of dollars that they spend protecting this guy. I mean, he's got 3,000 cops protecting him today, man. And he's got the entire city cut off. The entire city is cut off. So all those businesses, everybody that's functioning in the city are told to stay home today. That's what they were told. They were told to stay home. So there's no money for them. There's no money for those businesses and those losses. But they've got plenty of money for Ishmael, mate. Plenty of money for Ishmael. Plenty of money for security for him. And it disgusts me, bro. The entire city is blocked off. The entire fucking city. Like that, you know, even Michael Jackson, mate, or U2 comes to visit. They don't block off the entire city. I mean, these people are so afraid of a sign or a message that they don't approve of, that they have got to have it blocked off. Blocked off. You know, and the guy opens his face, mate, the guy starts talking. And I don't know about you, but I cringe. I cringe at everything that he says, man. I cringe at everything that he talks about. You know, all I see is a criminal. All I see is a criminal, bro. A genocidal fucking criminal. And our own government, mate. Our own government welcomes it and the taxpayer pays for it, brother. We pay for that shit, dude. Millions of dollars in security, protection, his hotel, his meals. And the whole time he's like wiping people out over there. People are dying over there, bro. People have died. You know, they're not. It's not called a genocide for nothing, mate. Yeah. So, and they all want to pretend that it isn't. They all want to pretend that that's not going on, and that everybody's happy. You know, when in reality, bro, you know, we're hosting this person, man. You're hosting them. You know, they should be arrested, bro. They should be arrested and charged and flown back to wherever it is they got an arrest warrant from. The whole thing. But instead, man, they welcome him in with red carpet and they block off the entire city and 3,000 police people protecting him. You know, not allowed to protest, not allowed to have signs and slogans that upset them. That's all it is, man. If they look at your sign and they're upset about it, then it's banned. It's like fucking Nazi Germany, bro. It's like Nazi 1940s, 1950s, whatever it was, you know. And that's the horrible part about it, that they say all of this happened to them and this happened to them, but they're willing to do it to others, bro. And this is 2026, and they're willing to pass all of the laws that existed in 1950. They're willing to, you know, they really are. They will shut you down, brother. You say anything anti-government or anti the blue flag or whatever, green flag, whatever colour it is. If you say anti this and anti that, you know, they try and they want to come for you. But their shit don't work live no more. It don't work live because all, you know, when they talk, man, you know when they try and defend themselves, all I see is an IDF soldier. That's all I see. And then I wonder, what did you do? What did you do while you were in service? The same as I do Avi Yamini. Every time he opens his mouth up, I just look at it and think, what did you do in your service, mate? When you were serving Israel, what did you do? Okay, what door did you kick down? What family did you displace? Okay, not allowed to ask those questions though. Okay, but that's every time the guy opens his voice. Every time the guy tries to go into just what do you call it? Goes into there and tries to upset people in there, because that's all he does. He tries to go in there and gets a reaction out of everybody. You know, and you're supposed to give him a reaction. No one cares, mate. No one cares about the thing, whatever it is. Samoa. Hi, Samoa. I hope you're well, man. I don't care where you come. Your threats mean nothing to me. And do what? You want to come to Seaford and do what? And do what? First thing I'll do is put you on camera. That'll be the first thing you do. So whatever you do, you gotta be on live stream. That's probably not a good idea. Super Bowl 60, man. 4.5 minutes to go, mate. 4.5 minutes. Yep. Yeah, I'll go for a ride on the bus. Yep. Yeah, sit and relax, mate. How you doing, John? I hope you're well, man. I hope you're happy and well, John. We're just cruising, man. Just go for a little drive. Get some fresh air, man. My back's been killing me, man. Zeddy, how you doing, Zeddy? Thanks for being a member on the channel. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for that. That's what I've been doing. I've been laying on my back. I've been laying on the side. The last couple of days, man, has been a real pain in the back. Okay. My back hurts. I hurt my back. So I've been laying in bed for a few days and just laying on the side. And then my daughter told me to get up and walk around, to go for a walk. You know, it loosens your back up. And then I was speaking to the next door neighbour to go for a walk. You know, just get outside for a little walk. So that's what I'm done. I just go for a walk and try and loosen my back up. I think I pulled it the other day. I think I just pulled it, man. I shouldn't have done the heavy lifting and stuff like that. You know, my mind doesn't keep up with my body. I'm old. I'm not young anymore. So I think I can do something, and then my body, you know, afterwards tells me no, don't do that again. And then I got a new pillow, man. I was given these new pillows, these foam pillows, and I thought I'd give it a try. And I changed pillows, and I don't think my neck liked that at all. I really don't. Because I woke up and my neck's killing me, my back is killing me. So I swapped pillows back, and it fixed my neck. My neck's fine. So now I've just got to try and fix the back. Just take care of yourself, boys. Take care of yourself, man. Yeah, walk it off. Yeah, that's what my friend said. My friend said to walk it off, and you'll feel better. And it has helped. I got to admit, it has helped. We're not all. We've only got a bit of a tinge, which is great. Really good. I got to go to the agency tomorrow. No one called me about that job. Absolutely, I swear to God on the Bible, man. Like, they made such a big deal out of giving me the phone number and all of that, make a phone call and all of that, and it didn't go anywhere. Yeah, like, I don't speak their language, man. Can I put it that way? I just don't speak the ladies' language, and everybody here speaks they all speak the same language. So, you know, they may have to do the interview, but they don't have to hire you. And I don't speak the same lingo. And I might be the token white boy, you know, the token white boy hire. So I was hoping that, but I didn't get past it. So I don't know what happened, man. I really don't. I just let it go, man. And then my back went out, and that was it. My back started hurting. We're not off to anywhere. I got a packet of smokes for him. I got a packet of double happy for him, and I'll go and drop him off. You know, that's why he's trying to get me to walk around. He's not Zeddy. They've got ulterior motives, mate. Yeah, it'll be okay. Just get up and walk around. Look, while you're walking around, can you grab me a packet of smokes and head on over? You know, it'll do you good. Your back will, you know. He's such a fucking shafty, man, I swear to God. And he thinks you don't notice, and I just play along with him. Because the first idea sounded good, so okay, at least I've got something to do, and at least I've got a reason for doing it. So that's what I did. Yeah. It's a nice little quiet seaside place, mate. It's just around the corner from Frankston. I'm not far. I'm not hard to find, mate, on most days. I like my little area, man. I like little Seaford. It's nice. The bus ride isn't long, man. It's 15 minutes or something. I'll be home in an hour or whatever. I should run out of power by then. put it on. There we go. Oh, it's too dark. So it doesn't say much for our future, viewers. You know, it doesn't say much for confidence in the government. It doesn't say much for confidence in who you vote for, and you know. And don't forget these draconian laws. The cops love them. The cops love them. They may pretend at the time, oh no, this is bad, rah rah rah. Damn, man. The other day, the guy wouldn't let us on, mate. The guy wouldn't let us on the bus. We're not at the stop. But this time, you let the guy on. There's a sign on the door. By law, you're not allowed to open the bus. You're not allowed to. I had to wait for the next bus. No, I don't do any of that anymore, Aaron. I don't do any more of that, man. I don't recommend it, okay? There's no such thing as toxic, mate. That was just the name I called myself, but there's no such thing as toxic masculinity, mate. It's just a man that doesn't agree with what the woman is saying, you know, or she hears the word no. If she hears the word no, then you're toxic, okay? If you disagree with her, then you're toxic. But if you disagree with another man, that's not toxic. That's not toxic. It's only toxic if you disagree with a woman. You know what I mean? So that's a label they've put on us, mate, so that we don't open our mouth and we don't complain. That's what that is, okay? To make sure you self-regulate. So there's no such thing, man. Always try and tell your boys, you know, just stay on your game, stay on your path, and don't believe there at all. You don't need it. You need to work hard, save your money, try and be a smart businessman. You know, put one and one together. If you're just going to get a job, you know, you'll get the 30-year mortgage, 50-year mortgage. You'll be, you know, forever you're tied into that job. So you've got to think outside of the box a little bit. You've got to try and put a business together, one-on-one, sales, you know, marketing, food. You know, you've got to think of something that, okay, the internet, you know, a guy comes up with an idea for the internet, mate, and he earns millions and millions of dollars. You know, he sells it to Microsoft for $3.4 billion, mate, because he's come up with a good idea on the internet. So you need to think outside of the box in order to be successful now. Because just going to work and doing your hours and stuff like that is a mouse wheel. Okay, it's a perpetual mouse wheel where you're only going to ever get to that, and that's it. There's no pay rise. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to take on heaps and heaps of more responsibilities. You know, it's the same wage, man. You know, they could hire someone half my age for half my age. Okay. Yeah, we got them visiting this week, man. You know, our government does not work for us. Our government is nothing more than another settlement, mate. A settlement for another country, you know, and they write the laws that govern us. They write the laws, man. You know, Australia didn't write the laws. You know, they did. So we live by what they want. We live underneath their thumb. And when they come to visit, mate, they need so much protection to make sure they don't see anything that they don't like. You know, don't hear anything they don't like. You know, there's nothing advertised that's against them in their country. You know, it's all a perfect visit, a perfect thing. And it's completely, I don't know what to tell you. But if you look into it, mate, you'll find that most of these politicians are dual citizens. They're dual citizens, man. Look it up. And every single one of them, including Hanson, have kissed the wall. Hanson has kissed the wall, man. Hanson is owned. Okay, she's the same. She's no different. So everyone's put their hopes onto Hanson, rah. No, mate. She's worn that. She's got the hat on, and she's kissed the wall. Okay, she's kissing the wall, right? Well, is that the word for it? Ageism, is it? I just know that, yeah, they could hire someone half my age to do this job. So, but at least I went to the interview. I done what I was asked to do, man. What my what the agency asked me to do. You know, I did that. So hopefully I'm sweet, bro. Just stay sweet. You know what I mean? Stay under the radar if I can. Live a little bit longer. Live a little bit longer in peace. And I already did my community work. I did 3 months. I already did all that, mate, okay? I did my community work. I volunteered for 3 months. So, you know, it's part of the Seno, mate. It's part of it. You know, you got to do it. You've got no choice. So, yeah, I went every day. I went every day. I happily gave away the food hampers. It was all on live stream. You know, I volunteered, bro. I did 3 months. I've done my bit, mate. You know, I don't like seeing behind the doors. I don't like seeing behind the doors, man, how it's run. You know, it's not a charity like we know it. It's just not. You know, all the good shit is out the back. All the good stuff. It's all at the back. It's not put out the front. Okay? And they hoard it. They hoard the food. They hoard it in the fridges, the freezers. You should see how much food is in their fridges and freezers, mate. It's just filled capacity with food, and that isn't handed out. And their reason for that is that it's out of date. It's out of date, so they're not allowed to hand it out. And then you think to yourself, well, why have you got it? You know, why is it there? So they're supposed to take it all apart and repackage it and into little capsules, and then they give it to each in each food hamper. But it's pretty horrid, man, because there's entire fridges full of ham, just full of ham. You've got no idea, like packed with ham. You know, Don small good ham, you know, just honey ham, champagne ham, all different kinds of hams. And then the other fridges got all chops in it, you know, lamb chops, pork chops, all different kinds of meat. And they had so much meat came in that they went and put it into one of these like cold boxes, but they didn't have it plugged in. There's nothing cold in it. So all they did is stack this raw meat in there, right? And after 2 days, dude, they opened it up and it just stunk the whole joint out. Like, you're going to be sick, you know what I mean? And there's just flies everywhere. The whole thing rotted, and then they made everybody throw it away. They made, you know, so we've got to smell this stuff, man. It was horrid. It was horrid, mate. And the whole joint was pretty dirty. I'm glad that I went in there. All I had to do was do the cleaning. I didn't have to worry about nothing else because it was just filthy. You know, all the floors, all the benches and that shit, dude, just filthy, man. And there's just cartons and cartons of food. You got no idea. It's just how much food is out there. So I didn't do the salvos. I didn't do that one. I did a food hamper, a local one where I could catch the bus. Well, I kind of do, you know. I already do. It doesn't matter, dude. They're government funded, whatever. Nothing will change. But yeah, they'll gladly admit, you know, like that lady hoards food. She doesn't really give it out. She hoards it. Okay. So she's that you know, that nature. You know, she hoards it. So there is just cartons and cartons and cartons of stuff. You've got no idea. Like, it is so high. And they filled for some reason they've let someone put storage in there. So their entire back of their shop, all at the top, is someone else's like really shit stuff, mate. Like someone's stored stuff in there. It's just all crap, absolute rubbish, and they can't throw it away apparently. So that's where the animals live, mate. It's like a fucking jungle up there. Like, there's no pathway through it. They have just filled the entire top of the thing up with someone else's clothing and shoes and just all kinds of stuff, baby stuff, and all, just boxes and boxes of stuff. And that's where the animals live, all the rats and possums and fucking everything else lives up there. So it's filthy up there, dude, totally filthy. And that's been there for years and years and years. No one does the cleaning, no one does the floors. You know, they have people like me volunteering, and most of the time they've got them sitting at a table, just repacking the food, you know, filling up a little canister and putting it into everybody's hamper. And which it's just a waste of plastic, an absolute waste of plastic. But everything is out of date, and they're not allowed to give it out because it's out of date. You know, that's the only way they're legally allowed to give it out in Australia. Otherwise, it would just be thrown away, like literally thrown away. So it's quite sad, really, man, because people just come in and they only get some rotten vegetables, some old fucking, you know, frozen food shit. Fucking, mate, it's horrid. It looks fucking horrid, bro. You know, I haven't been back, mate, in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, I haven't been back there for a food hamper, okay? We fucking don't pop in there, bro. We don't pop in there for a food hamper. Yeah, I don't go there, man. I don't go there. Oh, God. Boom, mate. Don't go anywhere, brother. And boom. You're in my jail, man. Everything you wrote has been deleted. Everything. You're next, brother. Fucking boom, mate. And then put you into my jail, bro. Fucking boom, mate. There you go. Done. You're in my jail, bro. You need a new name. You won't be able to come back in the chat. No, you're gone, man. I told you that. You're gone. You know? Message is in, mate, but I own your name. Now go into another chat and you can use the name. Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're done here. You're done here, man. You won't be able to do anything here. And you won't be able to use that name in any other chat. You'll have to create a new name. That's what you get, brother. Yeah? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, bro. So I seen that farce of a fight in Australia. You know, there was like two fighters or whatever. I don't know if you can call it that. But they get into the ring first round. A couple of punches are thrown. And then the guy says, oh no, there's something in my eye. It's my eye. It's my eye. So they cancelled the match, you know, and he's over in the corner saying to the camera, no, I didn't say that, I didn't say that. That was funny as shit, dude. I've been watching that AEW, Extreme Wrestling thing. Mate, that's full on, dude. Like, that is full on, dude. Have you seen some of these matches? I've got to work out how to put it on the computer for you to show you. I mean, we are talking some full on matches, dude. Like I don't want to get hit like that. I would never, like, that would hurt, man, to throw you down on like that. You know, one of them, he had him on the back of his back with his face down, and then he's jumped on the top rope, but he's hit the back of the guy's hit the back of the ring with his back, the other guy. And there's a big scrape mark all the way along his back, mate. All the way along his back, there's a huge scrape mark. Mate, that shit would hurt. That shit would fucking hurt, man. I swear to God, I was looking at it going, yeah, we might be fake, but fuck, you don't want to be doing that shit. Like, that would hurt, mate. Really. Yeah, so I hope you're bowing down to the new masters that are visiting. Okay, they're in Sydney right now. They're going to be visiting your local area, you know. We've got plenty of funding, and they dug up their graves, man, in Israel. Ishmael, you know, we got war people over there, man, diggers that died in the war, you know, our soldiers, and also English soldiers, because we fought for the Palestinians' freedom
because it was Palestine back then, right? You know, so our diggers are underneath that ground that they dug up, and they dug up all of the graves. They dug them up, and they whatever you want to call it when you dig up a cemetery, whatever it's called. But that's what they did to our soldiers over there in Jerusalem. And yet here we are hosting them and paying for them for their security and paying for, you know, to make sure they don't read a bad sign they like or a poster they don't like, or to see people protesting, right? They don't like that. Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. And the government, you know, the government was asked, you know, why you got all the security up and why is it like this? And the answer, so he feels like home. You know, he feels safe. Yeah, that's what he said. So it feels like home. Of course it feels like home. You got steel petitions everywhere, you know, 3,000 police guarding you. So it feels like home. He feels safe. He feels safe, you are. What a joke, bro. And the government doesn't care, man. It doesn't care about your protest. It doesn't care that nobody agrees to it. It doesn't care that it does not have the support of the Australian people. You know, the Australian people want him arrested, rah, rah. And they don't care. You know, the government doesn't care. Wouldn't give it a second thought, mate. You know, that's the sad part. Is that they don't care, man. You know. Starting to hurt. I gotta get off now. I'll get off now. Just drop these smokes off, man. That's it. Thank you, driver. Oh, we are. That feels better. I don't know what that is, mate. If I sit down, my back starts to hurt, just on the one side, the inside, and then I start to walk around a bit, and then it starts to, I don't know. I don't feel anything. It feels great. It just feels like normal. It's when I'm sitting down. That's better. I feel better now. I hope you're having a good week, viewer. I hope you're kicking some in your life. Try not to concentrate on the bullshit around you, and just try and concentrate on yourself. I know that sounds a bit selfish, but at this particular time and everything that's going on, I think it's just a lot better off. If you can't see through the smoke and mirrors and you're still believing everything that you're told, I probably can't help you. Like, you're already lost. So one day you'll wake up. One day you'll twig to it all and realise that, yeah, you ain't shit, and the government ain't nothing, and they don't even work for you, or they don't work for me. They don't represent us. They work for somebody else. And you're living in a dreamland, mate. You know, an open plantation. And this kind of proves it to you, you know, with everything that's going on around. Let me just drop these off, mate. Yeah, that's enough, friend. Drop them off in there, everything's cool. Put that in there. All right, man. Okay. Nice day out today. Overcast, but it's still warm. Oh. All right, man, let's get home. Got a little bit of coffee milk at home, I'm okay. Got some juice. I've got a couple of bottles of soda. I'll try and get those masks on eBay. Try and get some paper through. Try and keep myself over. See if the dog's there.
Yes, he's there. I love that dog. I love that dog. He never disappoints. The fucking annoying dog is the fucking biggest thing of the old day. Annoy the dog as you're walking past. It's like the most exciting thing for the whole week. I haven't been here for a while, eh? I can't remember though. What was it, last week we were here? It's been a few days, 6 days I think, since I got him a packet of smokes. Because my back hurt and I couldn't come. So it's been a while since we've been down here. See how long we have to wait. 4:30. There we go. Let's have a sit down, mate. Let's have a little sit down. I don't know, Jimmy, to be quite honest. There's some sausages in the fridge, and I think I've got some potatoes and I've got some gravy there. So I'm thinking I'll make some sausages and mashed gravy and mashed potato. Yeah, I think I've got that in the fridge. I'm pretty sure I got some potatoes under the sink. I'm pretty sure I do. Basically, that's it. That's it. Yeah. I can't walk to the supermarket, man. I'm sorry. I did my back in the other day, and it's fucking, because it's not close where I live to the supermarket. It's a real hike. You know, my daughter said to use one of the trolleys. She said to push the trolley, which is a much better idea rather than carrying all this fucking stuff, bro. It really hurt, man. I'm not young anymore. Yeah, I'm not young anymore. My back started to give out. So I think I'll use one of the trolleys and push the trolley. Maybe that might help. Maybe pushing is different, right? Yeah, I like my sausages and mashed potato and gravy, bro. There's nothing wrong with sausages, mashed potato and gravy. You know, I should have some corn in the cupboard too, man. I should have some corn in there. And I got no fresh bread. Sorry, no fresh bread today. Yeah, I haven't been down to the supermarket. Limited budget, I'm sorry, man. I got a limited thing until next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. Dang. I don't even like thinking like that. So I just try and do one day at a time, mate. One day at a time. I try not to stress about stuff that I don't have. I worry about it when I don't have it. I was lucky that I sold a mask. I had 21 bucks in the bank. And I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do, man. And then I sold the clown. So that's what I'm living on now. I'm living on that money. You know. And we've got 130 bucks or something in the bank. I've got 130 bucks to last me till next Wednesday. So we're not broke, but we're not rah-rah. We're not rich either, so it's okay, man. I don't have any responsibilities, just me. Just me, mate. I'm the only responsibility that I've got. So I'll try and put a mask on and hopefully I get a sale and try and get some kind of paper through the door. I kind of learnt yesterday because someone gave me a thing on here, and then I went and seen it in the thing, and it does add up, man. It does add up. If I can just if I could just do that until I got a month each month, then at least you get something. You know, you can get a bill paid, right? So I thought it's probably better off to put some time into the channel a little bit. Yeah, all of us are in the same boat, man. That's why I don't hit people up. That's why I don't try not to hit people up, you know, because we're all in the same boat, dude. All of us are struggling right now, and it doesn't matter how many hours we work, even on a full-time job. You know, you're barely scraping through all of your debt, or all of the debt you have, and all the bills that you got. And if you've got a girlfriend and you've got children, then forget it, man, because those funds go to them. And right now, school holidays, Christmas, school holidays, and all of that kind of thing, the credit cards for Christmas, and all of that's due now. So, you know, the normal Joe Blow, man, is pretty much struggling, gentlemen. It's pretty much struggling. Like, I find myself fortunate, man. fortunate, you know, that God smiled on me. I put a mask on and I sold it. You know, I seriously had $21 in the bank. You know, like I was worried. But I didn't come on here and tell you. I didn't come on here and tell my channel. I didn't say shit. You know, I tried to think of ways how I could earn extra money. I do. So I'll work hard on getting this mask as messed up as I can, looking aged and, you know, used, which is what I'm known for on eBay, and see if it sells. And bang, it sold. As soon as I did it, I listed it and it sold. So, and then I took some of that money and went down to the supermarket and carried the groceries home, and I did my back in, man. I did my back in, dude, on the way home. I woke up in the morning and I couldn't move, man. I couldn't move, dude. I carried the groceries home. Yeah, I carried the groceries home. And that's killing me, man. Just the price of going into the supermarket with this maximum profit margin that they have, because they're working on maximum. They really are working on maximum profit, man. They don't want to miss a single cent, yeah? And so everything is skyrocketed, everything, man. You know, a block of chocolate over here is $8. $8 now for a block of fucking chocolate. You know, you only buy it when it's on special for $4. And that used to be its normal price, was $4. But the shit is fucking doubled, man. And that goes for everything, dude. That goes for everything. You know, like I search for with yellow stickers and half price and stuff like that, or I just don't buy it. I'm sorry, I just can't afford, you know, $14 for a piece of steak, you know, and that's what it was. It was $14, you know, just for one piece of meat. So no, I don't know, I don't know how people do it, bro. Like, you know, really kicking along with mortgages and everything like that. You're going to need a high-paying job. I mean, I was working full-time with the apartment in that, man, and I was still struggling. I was struggling, dude. I couldn't even get an extra 50 a week or something, you know, to save or anything like that. So, I understand, man. But hey, if people can help, great. But fully understand. Oh God, man, who knows what that happens then? Universal income. Gosh. Well, that means that the job must have gone to a robot, or it must have gone to something, or it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, they want heaps of shit, dude, these fucking billionaires. Yeah, I'm sick of looking at them. I'm sick of listening to them. I really am. You know, like I'm so sick of listening to what they talk about, man. But you need to listen to it and then do the opposite. You know, do the exact opposite of what they're telling you, because I can guarantee you they're not doing what they tell you. Okay, they really not. They are doing the opposite of what they tell you. The same as that BlackRock fucker. He came out and put Bitcoin down. Like, he ran Bitcoin all the way to the ground, man. He fucking absolutely ripped it. And the whole time he's buying Bitcoin. As it's crashing, he's buying it. And then he becomes the most Bitcoin in the whole world. You know, BlackRock, they own heaps of Bitcoin. So no, don't believe anything they tell you, dude. Yeah, do the opposite of what they tell you. You know, like, seriously, do the opposite. If they tell you everything is great, you know it's going to be fucked up. I'm seriously, you know, when they announce on the news, you know, it's for public protection. You know, it's for public, what do they call it? Public cohesion. Like, what the fuck, you know? The 3,000 police, fully guarded, sheltered off with steel, you know, fully protected the entire time he's there. Everywhere he goes, fully protected, not allowed to protest the entire city. The entire city is closed down. The entire city. Like fucking, are you serious? So all those businesses, all of those little mum and dad businesses, mate, they lose for the day in order to keep one man safe and happy. You know, so he walks out without looking at a sign that, you know, doesn't upset him, that's not anti-Semitic, because everything to this guy is anti-Semitic, everything. Well, anything you can say, anything you can do is anti-Semitic. If it doesn't agree with him, it's anti-Semitic, okay? Talking about it, anti-Semitic. Mentioning it, anti-Semitic. You know, you need 5 years jail. You need 5 years jail, okay? Well, I hope it doesn't get worse for you, Eric. I hope it gets better for you, mate. I really do. I hope it doesn't get worse for you, okay? It can only get worse, mate, if you're upgrading. Like if your lifestyle changes, then it becomes worse, because your demand on your life of your lifestyle is more. So your rent went up, or your groceries went up to too much, yeah? So you have to cut back, the same as me, brother. You know, I don't buy chocolate. I get a coffee milk now and then because I can't afford it to get a coffee milk. And then I try and buy the 2 litre. Like I'll walk down to the supermarket just for the 2 litre. Like I'm not interested in buying the little one for $4.80 or whatever. You know, you've really got to budget yourself nowadays, especially if you've got a fancy car. Like I'm looking at all these fancy cars driving around, right? The car payment, you know, it's like a 15 grand car or whatever, rah. Well, you know, then they got to get the rent and the bills and food and, you know, school fees and uniforms and books and everything else that they use. So all of that adds up, brother. No, I don't buy anything. I'm the same man. I've got no paper. All I'm buying is the essentials, man. The essentials, bro. You know, and just food and drink. You can look at my fridge, man. There's nothing. We got a packet of sausages. Man. And I feel lucky. I got a couple of potatoes, but I'll go and buy a potato from around the corner at that little IGA, and a potato, man, is $1 or $1.20 per potato for one potato. A fucking $1.20 for one potato. Like I'm just mind blown. I really am. Like, it's a fucking liberty, bro. But where I live is too far from the supermarket to carry home a 4-kilo bag of potato. I really like tomatoes. I love tomato, you know. $7.90 a kilo, mate, for tomato. $8 a kilo for tomato. A little tiny plastic thing like that was $4 of those little tomatoes. So we've got to start, you know, I think you should start growing fucking shit, viewer. You know, get some vegetables in your backyard. You know, get some different whatever it is, lettuces and tomatoes and the different things that grow in the season, and start growing the shit, man. I mean, if potatoes are fucking $1.20 each, man, it's kind of worth growing potato. You know, just get a fucking 40-gallon drum with a few holes in the fucking bottom of it, and put it on a couple of, so it's up high a little bit, so the water drains out. But yeah, man, it's growing potatoes is worth it now. I don't know, my back would hurt, Dave, pushing the fucking thing. I'll use one of the supermarket trolleys. That'd be better. But that's what my daughter said, maybe you're better off to push it in the trolley. But I can't go carrying it anymore, man. There's just too much weight. Yeah, I'm getting old, man. My back gave out. My back gave out, dude. Really hurt me bad. Put me into bed, man. Put me into bed, bro. I'm really quite sad, man, when I heard about the graves, you know, because of the soldiers, and they died in the war, the diggers, they died in the war in Jerusalem, and they died for the Palestinian freedom, they died for the rights and stuff like that, and they buried them in Palestine, and Israel dug them all up. They dug the whole cemetery up. I don't know where the bodies are. They didn't take the bodies anywhere. They just dug over it, man, or dug them all up, and destroyed all the tombstones, destroyed it all. And that's what Israel did, bro. Here we are, we're hosting their guy over here, you know, hosting their guy under steel guard and 3,000 cops, bro. 3,000 police, mate, to protect one man. You know, he doesn't want to see a poster he doesn't like or hear a slogan he doesn't like. You know, he needs protection, man. You know, it's anti-this and anti-that if he reads something he doesn't like. And our government, the corrupt government that we have, the parasitical government that controls everything, mate, they're all dual citizens, bro. They all wear the little hat. They're all over there kissing the wall. You know, they're not for us, mate. I've been telling you that for years. They're controlled through the lobby group. And our politicians, man, they're so fucking cheap. You know, 100 grand, dude, 120 grand. And, you know, the politician will do whatever you want. All you got to do is put a holiday on, you know, get a holiday for him. He gets over there, he kisses the wall, mate, breaks a bit of bread, says a prayer. You know what I mean? He gets a dual citizenship. And then they come back to Australia and they pass the laws, mate, that govern me and you. You know, the hate speech bill wasn't written by us. 147 pages, mate. Australian government are too fucking stupid to write anything, mate. So that was all presented to them and was lobbied and paid for. And those laws we have to live under. We're the Goyim, mate. We are the Goy. And the Goy get told what they can and can't do, mate, on the open plantation that is called Australia. And that's all it's about, bro. He's over here making sure that he can maintain that control, making sure that we're all obeying. You know, there's no anti-Semitism anywhere, is there? Have you seen any? Because if you see some anti-Semitism, man, you let me know. It needs to be reported, brother. It needs to be jailed. You need 5 years jail, bro. Okay? So if you're committing anything like that, any signs, any posters, you know, any internet sites that you make sure you point them out, because you know, they're going to have them closed down, have you arrested, have you charged. You know, how dare you protest, you know. And the whole time, ladies and gentlemen, they're all traitors. They're all traitors. You know why they're traitors? You know why? Because number one, man, you know, our soldiers died, man. Our soldiers died in order to have the freedoms that you have to say the shit you want to say and protest the way you want to protest. That's what is Australia, mate. That's what made us Australia. And soldiers died for that. That's what those poppies mean. You see those poppies? Yeah, that's what those poppies represent, man. And those hate speech laws take all those rights away. Everything the soldier died for, man, is gone now. The soldier would be turning over in his grave, brother. Okay, they'd be turning over in his grave. Because they've signed away any rights that we had. The soldiers have gone, man. They've died for our rights. And those stinking dual citizen politicians that run the country, because they're all dual citizens, brother. They're dual citizens, man. They all wear the little hat. They all kiss the wall. Thank you, driver. Well, in the hate speech bill, is they gave themselves funding, $212 million funding, extra funding. So that's for their protection. And then when Bondi happened, the government gave them $60 million for protection. So in the last 6 months, we have given this country $260 million for protection, to protect their schools or whatever, protect their thing or whatever, I don't know. I mean, they must have an armed guard for every person walking around with a little hat on. I mean, seriously, $260 million of funding. That's a lot of taxpayer money, mate. That's a lot of taxpayer money, okay? That's a lot of our money. It's a lot of our children's money, our children's futures money. So I'm kind of disgusted in the whole thing, brother. I'm kind of disgusted in the whole thing. All to protect them, you know? It's all done deliberately, mate. All of it's done deliberately. The government wants division. The government wants you to argue. The government wants you to have an opposing opinion. It wants to be able to come in and arrest you. It wants division. You know, with division, they can create more laws. They can govern me and you. They'll take even more rights away. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the one person that says the wrong thing wrong, or to have a wrong poster or a picture, something like that. And then they can go, see, look. And they can point to him and go, see how bad it is. Look what we're protecting you from. So it's problem, reaction, solution. Okay, that's what it is. Problem, reaction, solution. Okay, and it's all controlled by them. It's all exactly what they planned, what they want, and that's exactly the laws they get passed. That's the laws they get passed. You know, I mean, I can't believe that we have a hate speech bill and we have an anti-this bill and anti-that bill. We've got an anti-slogan bill. Did you know that? Anti-slogan, yeah, like signs, any symbols, you know, anything like that, anything they don't agree with. Yeah, we've got a new bill, okay, that protects them. There was a minister, Israeli minister, came out and complained that we don't have a bill that stops the, you know, slogans and blah blah blah. So 2 days, and they passed a new bill. You know, not allowed to have signs, not allowed to have slogans, certain symbols are protected, you know what I mean? And that's what they did, mate, and it only took them 2 days. It took them 2 days to pass the law. But you try and get any law passed for the bushfires or for homeless or for people that need help in Australia, and it takes years, mate, years. You know, what about the bushfire people? What about those people, man? You know, like their entire house was burnt down, all of their life is gone, everything they know is gone, and they're still living in tents, mate. They're living in caravans. You know, the government doesn't help them. Yeah. Homeless, government doesn't help them. It doesn't help war veterans. It doesn't help us in any way, the public. You know, it doesn't serve us, mate. What it does is put laws on us. It wants laws, power, okay? And the blue coat, mate, is all for it. He absolutely loves these new laws. You know, he can just walk up and demand your identification. He can demand to search you. He can demand your everything, mate. Where are you going? What are you doing? And if you don't answer him, he can arrest you. He's got new powers, okay? And the coppers love that shit, dude. That's what coppers want. They want power. Power over me and you. Power over our future. Power over your children. Because these laws are forever. They're forever. Your children will have to live by it. Okay? And the soldiers, they died for nothing, man. They died for nothing. Their graves aren't even worth keeping to the Israelis. They just mow over them, dug them up. They dug the graves up of the diggers. They dug them up. They bulldozed them. Okay? You know, the person that you're hosting and you're treating so well, he will bulldoze the graves of your soldiers. You know, it's in the way of view. You know, we need to be able to get the view, so we're gonna dig all that up. You know, it's not safe. It's not safe for the public, so we've got to dig that up. And that's been there for 50, 60 years. That cemetery, it's been there for all that time. Yeah, thought police. Yeah, well, that's what this is. That's what this is. You know, anything I say they don't like, they'll come knocking on your door. You know, anything you put up online, you know, be careful of the symbols and stuff like that, you know. Like, you've got to be careful what group you're involved in, because the government may outlaw them. It may ban them. It may just, you know, say you're not, and then any member gets looked up. You'll get looked up, any member. So they'll come knocking on your door without a doubt. But they just want to keep you quiet. They don't want a jail full of disagreeing people. They'll just put you on bail in Australia. Yeah, they'll just give you a piece of paper, tell you not to do it again. You're not allowed in this area. You're not allowed to protest. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. And it's a 2-year order. They'll try and get it for life, a lifetime ban. You know, you're never allowed to protest. That's what they want. They want everybody on a piece of paper. Okay, so the court system is going to get tied up. Get absolutely thrashed, because a lot of people don't go to court. They don't go to court, so they'll automatically get a thing against them, and they'll end up getting a lifetime order. You know, not allowed to go online. That's all it is, man. They just want control over you. You know, they'll come in and they'll search all your computers. They'll search everything, man. They'll go through your house. You know, how dare you protest? How dare I mean, it's gotten that bad, man, that they've had to go to the Supreme Court in Australia to try and, get out of not being allowed to protest, because the cops have banned it. The government has banned protest. Like, we are Nazis, bro. We're living in Germany, 1940s, mate. Okay? You know, completely regulated, bro. This is Israeli. That's what it is, man. Australiana, you know, Australia. I'm trying to mix the two words together. But it's not our government, man. It's not our government. And anybody that votes for them is a fool. And if you vote for them, then you agree with traitors, because that's what they are. They're traitors. Anybody that signed the anti-hate speech bill and anti-this bill and whatever, that's a traitor. He just signed your whole freedom away. He signed everything away. Everything that you had yesterday, he signed it away. And they are traitors, mate. Traitors to us. And if you look into them, they're all dual citizens. Everybody that signed is a dual citizen with them and gets funding. Gets funding through the Jewish lobby, and they're funded. It's quite sickening, mate. You know, they're happy to sell the country out, bro, because they'll do their time, they'll do their 4 years, and then they'll get a really nice, comfy technology job or an energy job with Ishmael. You know, technology job, you know what I mean? Whatever field they're in, they'll get a nice 400 grand a year job, and they'll retire to over there. They'll retire. Well, I'm Australia, mate. We don't have ice. Yeah, and I would have nothing to fear anyway, mate. I'm a white boy. I'm a white boy. You only got something to fear if you're a brown boy. That's it. They don't mess with white boy. You know what I mean? And mate, no offence or anything, man, but if you're illegal, yeah, you need to get the fuck out of the country, mate. All right? That's what you need to do. You need to get rid of them. You need them all gone, mate. Every single illegal that's there. You need them gone. Okay, and it is a matter of just driving down the street and sectioning off the entire block, and basically half of them are illegal. Okay, they're half of them are illegal. They don't do shit for the country, man. They're never going to do anything for you. Okay, and 86% of them are on the benefit. 86%. There's nobody paying tax. Okay, you need to get rid of them. You know, they look for ducking and diving, mate. They look for illegal shit to do, which is what you would do, mate, in the same position. You'd look for something easy money, rah. So, no, man, they're of no value to the USA. Absolutely none. You know, when I was young, you couldn't get into the USA unless you were, like, you had papers, mate. You know, you're a doctor or a nurse or, you know, a mechanic. You know, you can bring something to the country, a tradesman in some way. You know, you know what I mean? Like they just didn't open the door up, man, and let you walk in. So no, they need to go. All the illegals, man. I'm for America. I don't care about anything else. I don't care. I'm not. Yeah. I've got family that live there, mate. So they need to send them all home, mate. If you're illegal, they need to go. I don't know why you're getting deleted, man. I haven't deleted anyone. I don't know who that is in Brazil, mate. No idea. But I didn't delete you. How you doing, Jimmy? I hope you're well, man. What is this, all this deleted shit, dude? What is this? Get your papers, dude. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we don't have that here, brother. We don't have we got immigration, but there's no illegal here, man. This is Australia, bro. We don't have it. They tow those boats straight back, mate. As soon as the boats arrive, they tow them straight back, or they don't even get onto the mainland. They don't even get close to the mainland over here. I think they're turned away and put into Palm Island or something like that, mate, in detention. And the word gets out, mate. Once you're detentioning them and they're not getting out of detention, yeah, there's not going to be too many boats arriving, mate. They don't like detention. Yeah, you too, man. You too, take care. Yeah, man, take care. Have a good day, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbour? Well, that was good, man. I do feel better. Man, I've got to drop that old man his bloody cigarettes off. So I did that. And the rest of the world, we're doomed, brother. We're fucking doomed, mate. You know, we really are. Everyone's put their hopes and thing into one nation here in Australia. You know, the Hanson. Listen, man, if you go down the rabbit hole with Hanson, she is pictured wearing the little hat and she's kissing the wall, and she's been on the holiday. So I don't know what you want to make of it. I don't know how you want to look at it, but you know, that's the facts. That's the facts. So whether anything to at all is a whole different ballgame. But really, the whole country's screwed because there's nothing they can do, man, for the next 4 or 5 years or whatever it is, 3 years or whatever it is. So they'll have total control. No, I'm not. It's not a chore. It's not a chore. It's okay, man. I wanted to get out of the house. I haven't been out of the house. My back hurt, and I couldn't get out of the bed. My back really hurt me, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk. I was just lying down on my side.
for the last 2 days, mate. So, okay, I don't mind. I'm like, you know, I don't have to get paid for everything, mate. You know what I mean? Hopefully it gets me some good karma. Hopefully I get some nice karma. You know, something nice may happen for me, mate. You never know. That's how I look at it anyway. Oh, I don't think the $2 here or $2 there is going to matter, Jimmy. You know, fucking $2, mate. You're better off to do it, and you know, it hasn't cost. You know, it's a whole lot better, man. It's a whole lot better for the fucking world, mate, to worry about $2. You know, what are you going to do? Charge him plenty? You can't, mate. You know, the price is $15. You know, you're gonna quibble over $2. No, man, it's all good, dude. You don't even bother with that shit, dude. It's so petty. You know what I mean? It's too petty. No, I'm not doing that. You're just ripping your friends off, man. You're ripping your, you know, that guy's fed me a few times, man. He's fed me, like he's made dinner, and he's fed me when I had no money, and I didn't have any food. So he's fed me. He's given me groceries, dude, like he you know, pork chops and stuff like that. You know, he'll just call me out of the blue. You know, I've got a couple of pork chops here. You know, are you hungry? You know, like, just because I don't film it, mate, doesn't mean it don't happen. Thank you, driver. Yeah, that's a few times that's happened to me, mate. He's given me dinner. You know, take it home and cook it. So I just popped in, grabbed the packet of chops, mate, and left. But he's always been nice to me, man. He's never been, you know, he's got his attitude. He's like 80-something years old, a war vet, mate. So he has got a bit of an attitude. But, you know, I don't mind him, dude. At least he straight talks, you know. He's not full of shit. You don't have to try and decipher what fucking bloke's talking to you for, you know. But he's a nice guy, man. Put it that way. You know, calls me up at fucking 11 o'clock at night, mate. You know, I'm just cooking this up, Chad. Did you want something to eat? You know, I've got a spare one here. Do you want to come over just quick and I'll grab it and you can grab it? He doesn't have to do that, man. So, one time he wanted to buy me a packet of cigarettes, you know, because I didn't have any money. And he said, I'll buy you a packet of smokes. I think I had 2 days to go. It was a Monday or something like that. And I said, no, it's only 2 days to go. It's all good, rah. But it was nice of him to offer, man. You know, I didn't let him, you know, I didn't, you know. But it was nice of him to offer, man. He's a nice guy. Na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Fucking stinks today here, man. It really smells. Ugh, yuck. Man, that stinks, mate. Really bad. Even the ducks aren't even there, mate. The ducks are fucked off. Oh no, there they are over there. Alright, man, I've got to get home and I've got to have something to eat. And walking around has made me hungry. Sitting on my ass on my bed doesn't make me hungry. But this makes me hungry. I do thank you for your time today, to share some time with me. And I hope that you wake up to the world that's around you and go down those rabbit holes, you know, do some rabbit hole hunting. The latest one that I've been hunting down is that Tartarian thing. Like my godfather, bro. This is full-on scary shit. It's not scary, but I'm just saying that, you know, there was an entire fucking world that existed before we came along. And it doesn't matter how they pretend it, it is fascinating. And I watched one the other day where it explains the Rothschilds and how they got their banking system. Like, that was fascinating, mate. You know, they took it over. They didn't create anything, they took it over. They took the bank over. He's cute, eh? Little dogs are cute, man. I don't like big dogs. Little dogs are much better.
Yeah, that was fascinating, man. Like really fascinating. You know, they went into the centres that were their banking system and took it over. Took it over, man. Took over their vaults, took over all their currency, took over all their commodities, and took the whole system over. There was no usury back then. They didn't have usury. And that is the one thing that's enslaved the entire planet, mate, is usury. Interest on the money that you borrow. Because you can never, you know what I mean? It's compounded interest. And that's how they rule the world and own everything, is through interest. I mean, the Australian government pays billions and billions of dollars, man, per year just in interest. So does America, over $1 trillion a year in interest. And all of that goes to that private banking corporation, man. It don't go to no real people, bro. And that's who really owns the joint, is the banking system. You know? And if they didn't have usury, imagine how much better off the world would be, bro, if we didn't have usury. You know, credit cards aren't costing you 25% interest rate. Your house doesn't cost you that interest rate because usury doesn't exist. Yeah? And that's the system that they had. They didn't have usury. You just borrowed the money. It's fascinating, man. Just go down the rabbit hole of Tartaria. And there's a couple of videos there that deal in the banking system. And it shows you. It shows you the banking system. It shows you how they buried it. It was underneath something that after the... I don't fucking know, man. But they buried the shit. It got flooded or some shit. It got buried, the buildings and all of that. So they went in and dug it all out. Apparently, maybe it's all bullshit. I don't know, man. It's the same thing as UFOs and Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's all real, bro. Bigfoot, UFOs, fucking flat earth. Yeah, it's all fucking real. Fuck it, it's all real, bro. Oh, fuck. But it is kind of scary when you look it up, you know, because that's the Tesla time. That's when Tesla was around and everything was free electricity. You know, it was free electricity. You know, the whole fair, that World's Fair, completely lit up like a light bulb. Everything lit like a light bulb, bro. It was beyond the technology of the day. And then there was an old pictures of Australia, old films of Australia, and they've got buildings and horse and buggy. But alongside of the buildings, all the way along the street, I want you to notice that there's like a pole with all of these things coming out of the pole, all the way up the pole. And that is the free electricity right there. That is what was powering the trams. Okay? So, and none of that exists now. It's all gone because we pay for all of that. Because that was all free back then, you know? And that doesn't earn money. So the controllers, man, the big boys, the Rockefellers of the world, yeah, they took it over. They took over everything. Education, medicine, everything, man. Because it's all for profit now. Everything's for profit. You know, it's not for your medical stuff. It's all petroleum-based, oil-based. You know, they own it all. It's all patented. If they can't patent it and earn money off it, then it doesn't come to the forefront. They don't care about your health. They care about earning money, profits for the company, maximising those profits. That's what makes it scary now to even fucking exist, mate. You know, a packet of sausages is fucking $6 for a packet of fucking sausages. And you count the sausages and there's 7 sausages. So basically you're paying $1 for a fucking sausage now, mate. Like $1.20 for a fucking potato, you know. Like my godfather. You go across to the Chinese, slap up Chinese, mate. It's never been fucking worse. It has never been fucking worse. Like, seriously, man, it's gotten to the point now where I just buy the special fried rice. Everything on the fucking menu I don't like. I don't like it. And then I got the special fried rice and all the rice is crunched. It's not whole rice. Like this bastard's fucking used it like a baseball. You know, it's just fucking smashed. And I don't like that. I don't like it. I want the rice whole. You know, special fried rice. So... let me have a rest for a minute. Let me just have a rest. Let me have a rest. Let's rub this for a minute. Haven't heard anything about Johnny Somali. Vitali's in Russia, isn't he? Didn't he get shipped off to Russia? And I don't know what's happened to Johnny Somali. Is he still over in some Korean country? I haven't heard anything about it. There's nothing in the YouTube about it. I tried to look that up, just out of interest, you know. Spidey Tehran has quit YouTube, and Hiding in My Room has quit YouTube. They've deleted their channels, mate, which is I found unusual. I didn't think that they would do that. So, not too many left now, mate. Not too many left now. It's nice along the path, man. That's the beach right there. All that just behind the bushes there is all beach area. Oh yeah, listen man, if there's any ads playing, would you mind watching them for me? Don't click through them. And give us a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind on the stream and on my channel. Try and get some kind of movement on my channel if you can possibly. That would be great. I hope my daughters are good. Daddy loves a bubba. Daddy's little bubba, Daddy's little girl. Daddy misses the bubba echoer. Daddy misses the bubba. Daddy loves the echo. Daddy loves the Kyra. I hope my girls are good today. Kyra, Mia, you're adults now. I was reminded of that last night. How grown up they are. Which kind of sucks. You know, you get reminded of that. But yeah, my little Echo, she's only 10 now. So my little bubba, she's 10. Daddy's little girl. I remember taking her to the park and taking her playing what do you call it, chasing her and the thing, and then hide and seek in the backyard. And oh man, I still have all of those good memories. Yeah, I still have all those good memories. Yeah, I go home and rest, man. I've had a little walk. I appreciate that. The old man got me off my ass, but I'm gonna have a rest now. Go home, have a rest. Thanks for coming and seeing in the chat today. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for, you know, joining my chat or whatever. Or if you're part of my channel, thank you very much for being part of my channel. I really appreciate you. I think it's $4.90 a month to join my channel. And that kind of help me to pay for the internet, to come online and stuff like that. Optus are pretty cheap for me now, $50 a month, because I complained. So they changed my thing to $50 a month, because they owe me fucking money. You know, I reminded them you overcharged me for 12 months, nearly $600. So as far as I'm concerned, I have a $600 credit with you. And yeah, okay, we agree with that. Look, we're going to give it to you for $50, $15 off every month, you know. I said, well, you know, it's going to have to be that way until you've repaid the debt. I'm not just going to do 12 months. So you're going to have to, you know, continue it until you've paid off the $600 in value. Because otherwise all you're doing is repaying me $150. Okay, so you still end up in front, right? I'm not having it. I'm really not. I'm really annoyed that you earned $600 out of me without me even knowing about it. And you overcharged my account. You changed my contract without any authorization. That is not the contract that I signed for. So it's not authorized. So I hope it works out. And I hope you're enjoying Sydney right now. I'm being completely blocked off. The entire city region, all the way from Bondi, all the way through, Epping and stuff like that. The entire city is blocked off. Steel guarded fencing, armed guards and security, you know, bomb searching, looking underneath cars, you know, because, hey, something might be there. You know, we need a bit of public safety. You know, it's all for the public, mate, okay? It's all for your own safety. We're going to have to block this off. And we need at least 3,000 police officers to guard it all and make sure that you don't overstep yourself, okay? And they're allowed to search you, they're allowed to arrest you, search you without any warrant, and you've got to give it all or get arrested, and they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, basically, the blue coat. And that's all to protect one man. All to protect one man. All of that, all those millions of dollars that were spent bringing him in and putting him onto the motel and paying for everything. Because he doesn't pay for anything, Ishmael. No. You're paying for it, the taxpayer. We're paying for that. You know, we get to pay for his visit. You know, and it's a wanted war criminal, mate. It's got an arrest warrant on it. It's a wanted war criminal. It has signed the fucking shells, mate, before they went out the plane. It actually signed the shell, mate. Okay? Like, this is a ruthless maniac, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he will wipe your family out, mate. It was the same impunity that he destroyed the digger cemetery. He'll destroy your family without any doubt at all. No problem at all. And he'll gladly put you into jail for 5 years if you say the wrong thing or write the wrong sign, you know? And that's disgusting, bro. It really is a feral, disgusting situation where our government does not listen to the public at all. You know, they've proven they don't work for us or even represent us in any way, because they've welcomed the guy in with a red carpet, you know? And he doesn't want to see any signs or any placards or any protesters, you know, because that's anti-Semitic. You know, protesting against him, that's anti-Semitic, mate, okay? How dare you? How dare you? Okay? The chosen one is here, all right? The chosen one is here, brother. He needs some more funding. You know, needs a little bit more funding for security. Everybody's very, very worried about security. You know, like, it's amazing, man. They want to absolutely destroy that side of the world. They want to annihilate hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, and he's worried about his security. He is. You know? Like, they have no thing, man. They just don't see it, eh? They don't see it. The ZO doesn't see it, mate. To them, they're all guilty. They're all guilty. They deserve it. Amazing. Oh, that's definitely helped my back. If I go home now and it really starts to hurt, then it must be because I'm just, like, sitting there or whatever. Oh well, thanks for the company, I appreciate you. You know, give us a thumbs up if you can, viewer. My channel's going downhill. Not too many members, I don't get any subscribers. My channel doesn't really grow at all. You know, only reaction videos grow on YouTube. People don't join normal channels. And, you know, it doesn't cost you nothing to follow or whatever. But my channel never grows, man. It always stays the same. So help the channel out, that would be great. Help me out, that would be great. Have maybe an easier lifestyle as I get older. I've got to go to job agency tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. I've got to talk to the lady. I haven't spoken to her in 2 months. She was away sick. So I haven't spoken to her in all that time, bro. Give me a minute, man. Whew. Let me just rest. The Australian bush, mate. All right, man, take care. I'm going to run out of power soon. I'm not going to have any power left. Thank you very much for walking with me today and helping me to try and, like, swallow what's going on with Australia and the government and just how traitorous it is and treacherous it is. And it's helped me. It just helps me to You know, I'm not a raving lunatic, mate, when I say shit, you know. And here we are now, and it kind of proves everything that I've been telling you for all these years, you know, how treacherous they are and treasonous they are. And they are full-on traitors. You know, the government is traitors, okay? All of them are traitors. Anybody that signed the anti-speech bill is a traitor, okay? They're all traitors. So it's kind of like scary to have it so far in front of you. You know, they're not afraid of showing you and telling you. They're not afraid of having it in front of you now. They've got nothing to fear. You know, they control the laws, mate. They control all the laws. You know, they write the laws that the Goy live under. Amazing, dude. You know, such a small minority of a group, and yet they write the laws that run the rest of the Goy. The Goy have to live under. You know? Don't have a choice, man. And he was actually on the TV earlier, and he was saying that symbols and slogans and that is anti-Semitic. You know, anything that they can relate that they don't like is anti-Semitic. You know? Like, that's a fucking joke, bro. That really is. So, I don't know how it's going to go in the future, man. It doesn't look good for me and you. It certainly doesn't look good for our children. You know, they've got full and utter control. Anyway, take care. If you want to buy me a chocolate milk or a coffee, I'm lorddobbyking@gmail.com. I'd appreciate it. And other than that, I want you to take care for a couple of days before I speak to you again, because I don't really got much to complain about or whatever. And I don't want to talk about, you know, the other stuff that we've been talking about. I've kind of like given that a break, kind of thing. So I don't know. Oh man, I'm bugging now. Gosh. All right, man. Thank you for your help, boys. I appreciate you. That's 2 hours, and you know, take care. All right. Say hello. Chuck us a message. Whatever you want to do. If you want to chuck me a chocolate milk, thank. lorddobbyking@gmail.com is my PayPal, which is direct to me. Helps the stream, help me. Take care, okay? Thank you very much for your time today. See you, boys.